Well, today I'm gonna try to have the story for little Georgie Carrillo. He's my little brother, and I know in life I haven't been the best brother in the world, but I just want to tell you that I do care about you and I do love you, and I wish we had a stronger bond with one another. And I know that you're special, you're awesome, and this story goes out to you, all right? Little Georgie. My dad had just gotten arrested, and we had gone through a changing life, changing obstacles, you know what I mean? Your mom was about to leave to Lima or leave with your grandma, and she didn't know what to expect of life no more. She only had Alex and you were in the tunnel. And I was in the 12th grade, and I was going through the struggles of being a senior, struggles of trying to pass my classes and everything, you know? And we didn't have a place, in reality, a place to stay and go up ahead, you know? So my thoughts were always to help your mom and help you guys. Your mom said some words that really discouraged me and got me mad. And me and your mom never got along until you were born. Your mom, you gotta understand, your mom took my mom's place. Your familia, desde Bocho, Gando, everybody, and Boca, and Miriam, and Chivis, and Wera, and everybody fucked up my life, you know? But me and your mom, we didn't get along, not like in a bad way, right? We didn't get along like, I didn't accept her, and I didn't want to include her in my family. You know what I mean? Alex, I did a lot of shit to Alex, and Mago, she took a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And to this day, I was grateful to her, and I always apologize, and I always tell her that what I did and how I stood in life was because she was the outsider. And you gotta understand, Georgie, that one day you wake up and your mom's not important anymore. Your tias, your brothers and sisters, which is Rachel, Daddy, Linda, and me, we're not important anymore. No one cares for us anymore. No one asked us how we were feeling. Well, coming back, it was some difficult times and different moments. We didn't know what was expected of us in life, you know? And your mom always been lovable, kind, respectful. She's taken all my abusive and all my aggressiveness and all my frustration and all my anger, you know what I mean? For that, I'm loyal and I'm respectful that she stuck around, you know? Well, the story starts like this. We didn't have money to eat. We didn't have possible a place to stay. And my tío Ricardo had just taken away the Swami San Fernando. And my dad went in jail. My uncle Miguel, Jojo, me, we had a lot to do with it. We tried to get the Swami back. We did everything possible. We even went to the city hall and we robbed papers. Could have gotten serious time in jail, you know what I mean? It's not like that you go rob the city hall. And then the person that was fighting against my dad was my tío Roberto. I still love my tío Roberto and I respect him. But my dad has always been a person, that's where I get it from, that he's late to the bills, doesn't pay his responsibilities and obligations, doesn't plan ahead. He always waits for the last minute, and one way or another it goes through. So we had lost Swami, and we hated Mateo Ricardo at that point, which my dad and Mateo Ricardo they had a lot of things to do. And the reason that Mateo Ricardo went against my dad, and I want everybody to know, was because Mateo Ricardo was getting separated from Matia Maria. And Mateo Ricardo always, he helped my dad get a job, and he helped him get here, and he really took him under his wing, and my dad paid him back. I encourage everybody, don't get in fucking family disputes, even though it's your sister, don't get involved, because you lose a lot. Well, my dad betrayed Mateo Ricardo for Matia Maria, which is his sister, and he started stalking and pressuring Mateo Ricardo, and Mateo Ricardo, believe it or not, he's a man of a word, and a man of small word, but whatever you say or do with them, they hold you accountable. And he raised my dad. My dad was only like 16 when, or 17, around there, or 19, I don't know exactly. But he really spoke for him, picked him up from TJ, and helped him get his life together. That's how Mateo Ricardo took my dad to go get a job, which is in my grandpa's. On the first day, my dad got the job. Ricardo had the furniture store. Sleep Well Mattress, everybody knows it. It's well known, documented and everything. Well, my dad betrayed Mateo Ricardo. Mateo Ricardo gently, politely, and respectfully told my dad that you don't fucking fight the hand that feeds you. You don't attack people for their doings, you know, if you're doing it also. My dad got separated, and I mean the same shit, you know, like I don't want to put my dad on blast that bad, but it's reality. So my dad didn't accept that my tío was moving away from my tia Maria, and he took it over his south. My tío used to go south in the Indio, and he was trying to get his shit together because he sold the Swami. The reason he sold the Swami San Fernando was because ya no aguantaba mi tía Maria. And me and my dad used to work for my tío Ricardo. It was a difficult time for my dad, my dad, I guess, he failed in manual furniture, and he didn't have his shit together and straight up. So my tía Maria got him his mojo back and started working for him. That's why I sold the novelas and I did everything, you know. So after like 2 years, my tío was trying to get rid of my tía. You know, he didn't want to, ya no la aguantaba. She was too bossy, too strict, too aggressive. And they were trying to separate. My tía started the Industry and Pico Rivera, and my tío Roberto started, Ricardo, not Roberto, started Universal Furniture and Indio. And he thought he was going to make thousands of dollars in the universe over there in Upland. He thought he was going to make a lot of money, and he didn't have to work so hard no more, you know. And because my dad was loyal and always there, he decided to give my dad an opportunity. He decided to give a helping hand to my dad because he cared for him a little more and above a family member, like a son, you know. And he always wanted my dad to get his shit together, and my tío Ricardo really had appreciation to me and to my mom and Annie and Rachel. As a matter of fact, my tío Ricardo is the padrino of Rachel. And my dad was down to his curve. He didn't have nothing. He had just got divorced. He had his shit together. So he rented the El Sereno house that was my dad still lived in. And he rented him the house for like $250 a month. In that house, my grandma, Amparo, and Chuy and me moved in. We used to work for my tío Ricardo. And it was awesome. We worked for like a year and a half, 2 years. And my tío Ricardo decided to sell him to Swami. He felt that it was hard work and my dad could handle it, and my dad was going to be loyal, respectful, and always be there for him. Like I say, he loved him as a son. So what happened was that my dad, right away, he started metiendo sofas, comedores, recámaras, and Douglas and all that. Because my dad had experience with furniture, and then JC Dinettes. Then he involved, and he was doing good. He was doing actually good. But after a year, that my dad was doing thousands of dollars, right? My tío Ricardo expected my dad to get back with my mom, and Jojo went to jail, and Jojo started a company which is JC Dinettes. But he failed. He lost about $100,000. And my dad, he was on the street, in other words. He had nothing. He was, he had the skills of a worker and all. The way I reflect like this is like right now that he don't have a steady job, so he'll go this for me, that for me. You all been through it, Georgie. That's the time that it was. So my dad, my tío helped him get the Swami, and my tío still had a sleep-out mattress. Ya no aguantaba, like I said, on my tía Maria, and he had his mistress and everything, right? So he ended up, my tía ended up having an argument with my uncle or whatever, and they sold the Swami to my dad. So my tía Maria started the Pico Rivera, and my tío started Universal, and then he started going to Indio. Universal wasn't providing as much as he wanted. His brother Alfonso and Nesco, they had the dollar furniture and all that, and they're doing good. So that's why he started Universal, and he wanted to come up. Back in the days, that's when we had the Toyota, and we had the Chrysler, we had the vans, my uncle. And I idolized and respected a lot of my tío, because he really showed me, and he was my boss, him and my tía Maria. But my tío took me under his wing and showed me how to be responsible and fucking having dignity in life, But after a year, my dad se le subió el dinero. The Swami started doing good. And that's when we brought my tío Stachio, Rene, Julie, Chanel, and everybody. They all came to work for him. And I think that my tío Stachio had a lot to do with it, and my tía Paz. That they told my dad to get another woman and get his shit together, While we're doing good, my mom and my dad were communicating, and we're fucking doing good. And I'm about 10 years old, right? And 10, 12 years old, around there. And about a year and a half later, like I said, my dad se le subió. Once he hired my tío Stachio, told him that he could hook him up with one of my tía's daughter, which is Carmen, Aurora, hook him up with a friend or whatever. So my dad started talking to her, and I guess that's when he met your mom. And things changed from there, They went from bad to worse. Well, coming back to the story, they went from bad to worse because my dad started, like I said, working with my tío, Staquio, and then they all pumped him up. They all pumped him up and told him that he could get his life and he could be happy. So he started talking to my prima, which is his niece, and she had Mago as a friend. And my dad started talking to her like 3-4 months. My dad decided to bring her. So he promised her heaven and earth and everything. He never lied to her. That's what Mago tells me. She knew the shit. He did lie to her because he didn't tell her that he stopped loving my mom and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And he still wanted to continue helping my mom and us, you know, which he was doing until your mom got here. Once your mom got here, we went right there to Tierra Bella, the coffee, and my dad spoke to us and told us that I was struggling in school, and he was gonna get a teacher and someone to. Your mom was a teacher, social worker, something like that, was a degree, and. Things was going to get easier, and I was going to get my grades up, and he was expecting the best for us. So, next thing you know, she comes, we take her to Disneyland. You'll see that Disneyland picture y todo, and we had an awesome time because I looked at her as a teacher. I didn't look at her as I was 10 years old, 11 years old. I didn't see her like she's going to take my mom's space y todo. And my dad was helping my mom with money y todo, you know. But then when your mom came, my dad acted like a coward. He stopped helping my mom and he moved on, in other words. Which that's the correct way to gain a new relationship. That I'm gonna talk about after, which I haven't done, you know. I can't move on from my responsibility with my daughter on. So my dad cut off my mom, like blank, from giving her all the money she needed, getting her shit together, providing to Rachel, Danny, me, and Linda. I moved in with my dad. But first I went to El Grullo, and then when El Grullo came back. And when I moved in, I spent like about 6 months, and then Danny moved in. That's how we know Johnny and the whole territory, you know. So my dad stopped helping my mom with responsibilities and his obligations. So what happened next, was the difficult. Your mom got pregnant. She had gone back to Colima, and she got pregnant, and my dad had to bring her back, and that's when shit hit the fans. I didn't accept her, and when she got pregnant, before she got pregnant, no one fucking came visit. When she got pregnant, all your tias, Boca, you know, everybody, your grandma, your grandpa, everybody, fucking Bocho, everybody started fucking coming and to support her and to be around her, and they already thought that they had struck a gold mine. She was going to be set for life, and she was going to help all her brothers and sisters and dad and immigrate them and provide for everybody. But at the same time, my dad stopped his responsibilities with us. Well, with my mom, my brothers and sisters, you know, I lived with them, so I didn't get to suffer that. And they took over my house. They threw away, my grandma had to move upstairs to the apartment on top with Chuy and Paro, and we're living with Mago. So me and Danny had a room, my dad had a room, and then Alex came. And it was horrible. We had already Gando, we had Chimi, we had fucking Guerra, we had all your family, your Tia Foca and everybody already taking territory, demanding and expecting that my dad was, he had to change for them, and he helped out your uncles though, with the Gando, the Bocho, everybody, the Marco, everybody. And he had to live up to expectations. And that's when he started building the house for them over there, and he started investing with them and helping them and bringing them to work and toda cosa. But what it meant was my mom, me, my brother, and all of us, we got food.
we got the booze. We weren't important no more. We weren't part of the family anymore. So that's the struggles that all that hate and all that anger started. So as time went on, my dad ended up losing the Swami, which is a year and a half later, 2 years later, or 3 years later, around there. He lost the Swami because my tío Ricardo got mad at my dad. That my dad was stalking him and taking my tia and being around when my dad had the same fucking problem. And my tío tried to show my dad respect and dignity and some fucking loyalty, you know? I didn't know. I thought my uncle was the enemy. It wasn't the enemy. The enemy was my dad. The enemy was, he expected my tío and everybody to fucking come back together when his family, his life didn't get back together. Well, a little no surprise, my tia ended up getting sick and going through a lot of shit. I don't want to say nothing that I shouldn't say about my tia and everything, but she stopped taking care of herself and she went through depression and anxiety and you know what I'm talking about. My mom went through it también. I guess all women or all men that get divorced, we all go through it. I went through it. It took me about a year and a half just to come over it. And I didn't have nobody spiking ball or fucking motivating me. I had reality. And my tia didn't have reality. My dad, spiking the ball. Spiking the ball means echándole crema a los tacos and telling her how he get him back and this and that. He already had his hyena. He already had his woman. And he already had determined that he didn't want to be around my tia no more. So there was absolutely nothing in this world that could bring him back. That's when my dad, that's when he did the harm and he lost the Swami because he went against my tío and my tío didn't want to sign for him no more. It was year by year. And he told him, you know what? I don't care what happens to you. If you don't care what happens to me, I don't care what happens to you. And that's the reality. So my dad ended up trying to save the Swami and we opened up a furniture store with a Glenham's and everything, but it didn't work out. That's when the Ronnie King's riots and all that, you know? And a lot of shit went down. Well, your mom, Georgie, she was the fault of all this. She was the one encouraging my dad and supporting my tia Maria and everything. And at the same time, everybody bad-mouthing my mom and, you know, a lot of shit is going on. But I still love my dad. I still, though Alex was born and we didn't care about her, you know? Reality. I didn't care about her. And the reason I didn't care about her is because I had to protect my brothers and sisters first and my mom. And all your tias, the coca and everybody, they used to argue with me and fight with me all the time, you know? So that's why I started dating all your cousins and your tias, you know? And being around them, you know? And I won them over. Like Bocho and everybody, I used to fuck them up, and abuse them. And but we ended up becoming good acquaintances and family members, you know? With time, you know? So my dad ended up going to jail, and my mom's family, my tío Ricardo, my tío Ricardo told Mago that she had to work for her and she had to fucking be more disciplined and more adult. And originally he wanted to fucking throw her out, but because she was pregnant and because she was gonna leave, I told my tío Ricardo, I'm the one that talked to my tío Ricardo, and I told him that if she could stay there, I'll fucking work for him, and I'll be always respectful and loyal to him and so. And as it is, he was there. And we owe a lot of shit to my Tio Ricardo. I don't care who you are or what you are, but when you see my Tio Ricardo, you respect him. I fought with him and I went with everything because he tried hitting me, he tried fucking me up, he tried to mold me and break me because I was a travieso, you know? Disrupted and... But I continued working for him. He started getting divorced and he used to tell me how much he loved me and how much he appreciated me. So that's what me, Ricky, and Freddie, all of us, we got close to one another. They went through the breakup, the family breakup that we had just gone through. Same situation. It just, my tia Maria got sick and depressed, and I don't think she's like kidding herself out of it. Just say that, right? And she just gave up at night. And next thing you know, your mom's pregnant. We're going through the court. My dad's gonna get 25 years, and a lot of shit's happening. You know, you gotta understand this. A lot of shit's happening, and I didn't give a fuck about your mom. I didn't really care. And my Tio Ricardo started telling her, "How do you know that's Manuel's kid?" You know, she got pregnant, and then the first week my dad got arrested. So we're like disowning your mom, you know. My uncle had a grudge against my dad because Mago and everybody went against my uncle, and we ended up putting my tia in a convalescent home, de Maria, and she went through a whole lot of shit, you know. Well, going back the story to you. So I was in school. I was in the 12th grade. I remember this day like it just happened. I had met this Jaina, her name was Maria, and I was all in love with her, you know. And I thought that I had found the love of my life and so. And I was dating your tia, Miriam. Then she got pregnant from some fucking asshole. And then I already I had my shit together, and I was helping your mom, and I was working for my Tio, and he'll piss me off because he'll try to hit me and discipline me, and I didn't allow him to take the father figure, you know, and he wanted to work me like a mule, you know. If I would have stood, I would have been a man, a respectable man, but didn't work out. I became a gangster, you know. I became well, I remember I was talking to Maria, and I had my first kiss with her, and I was in Wilson. No, it was El Sereno. No, yeah. Somewhere, El Sereno. Wilson, yeah, Wilson. And I guess I remember it. So I had the stars and the whole agenda, you know. And my Tio Ricardo, he used to pick me up from school, and he used to I used to help him do deliveries y toda la cosa, just trying to teach me how to become responsible y todo. But told me that Mago was having her baby, and she was in general hospital. And he goes, "Do you want me to take you?" I go, "Nah, I don't fucking go. Fuck them, man." And so I started walking home. I had something in my heart, my conscience, my perspective in life turned. I said, you know what? That kid's never gonna know my dad probably. My dad's probably gonna be there 25 years old. He's not gonna have father figure. He's not gonna know who my dad is. He's not gonna know where he comes from. So I decided to walk all the way to General Hospital. And you gotta understand this. Back then, they used to chase us. They used to stalk us. I mean, I was a gangster, you know. And 2, 3 occasions I got chased, and I almost gave up on you, Georgie. But I made it to General Hospital. Just when I was about to go into General Hospital, I seen one of my enemies, and I went in the hospital, and I made it as an excuse that I was there, you know? So, I remember when I arrived and I seen you, my whole perspective in life changed. I knew I had a brother. I knew I was not alone in life, you know? And Mago and everybody really allowed me to be there for you. Bocho used to be like right there as a father figure, and we used to take it to mojarras and everything. So my dad did like 2 or 3 years, you know? And that time that you grew up with us. And we really took care of you and really loved you, you know? But that day I asked Mago and I apologized to her, and I told her that from that day forward, we were family. And she could always count on me, and she could always rely on me, and I'll always be there for my brothers and sisters, which I thought only Alex and Georgie. Now we have Esmeralda and Felix. But you were the ultimate for a while, Georgie. You were so fucking petite and so fucking, that my whole family fucking, my grandma, Carmen, she named you George, you know? I don't know exactly, I think it's her grandpa or someone's name. But, my dad or nobody was there for you for like 2.5 years, 3 years, you know? Until you fucking, my dad got out. But I used to take you to go visit my dad, to carry you. We didn't have no fucking car seat or nada. We carried you all the way up there, you know, Jamestown, over there in Sacramento. And when we introduced you to my dad was so proud. But he was proud of me too, you know, that I had united his family and we weren't gonna abandon him and forget about him, you know. And I told him I was gonna work and get my shit together for him. So Mago started doing pozoles, foods and all that. Now you're having everybody be around. That's when I became a gangster, and I wanted to grow. Yeah, I helped her a lot. I don't care what anybody says, but I won't say what I helped with. But she wanted to leave to Colima or leave to Washington. I told her, you leave, I'm gonna fucking hunt you and kill you. Because I'm fucking doing things for you, and you gotta appreciate it, you know? So, beyond everything, Georgie, growing up, I helped you conquer your fears and fucking be a standout guy, you know? You didn't turn out the way we wanted, but it is what it is, you know? You're not like us, but it was the closest thing that we got to reality, you know? And you have possibilities, but Felix, though, I feel sorry for him, because he didn't get to struggle, and at least he had the Swami shit, you know? But he didn't get to struggle like with us, you know? So, growing up, me, Ricky, all of us, we used to take care for you. We used to fucking go cruising and fucking racing on the Geo, and you in the back seat, no fucking car seat, no nada, you know? We were gangsters with you, you know? We used to, I did actually a drive-by with you. I hit up on like 2, 3 girls with you. They thought you were my son. I used to always tell everybody, yeah, you're my son, you know? Baby mama ran off, he thought, like, what's that? Everybody was like amazed and surprised. I used to take you to work with me, and used to fucking, you and Brian, you know? And I used to fucking enjoy you, you know, love you, and nor my dad nor nobody always held it against me. They all like, that's good that you guys have love for brothers, you know? And I know I distanced myself with all cosa because I had to grow up, and I had to, once I got my business, and you're still young. I couldn't devote the time and be there for you. So I'm sorry, you know what I mean? But I do love you, and I do care for you. And after that, I remember the day that you're going to go to the Navy. Me and Ricky got you drunk and we took you out for a night out. And I remember over there at Mount Park with the jacuzzi, toda la cosa. You fucking outdrank me, toda la cosa. We had high expectations and ready for you. Well, let me get back. Well, coming back to the last part of you, Georgie. Don't ever forget that you're not important. You're not one of us. You are one of us. And all the struggles and everything that we've gone through for all the pendejadas my dad did. And we all grow up. We all been since ourselves, and we all achieve the outcome, you know. I just want you to know, Georgie, that since you were born to today, I've always been proud of you, and I've always reflected in you, and I'm proud of you completely. And I do love you. I do wish you the best. I do hope that life gives to you what you're expected to realize in your life, you know. I'm proud of you that all my teachings were not just in vain. See you when you're working my ways of work, and we could have something in common. Obviously you're better than me, obviously you're wiser and more intelligent than me, but beyond anything, my teachings and my ways in life, I see them reflected in you. And I hope that you're a good brother to your brothers and sisters, which I see you are. And you're unifying and you're humble to them. You gotta throw a little wrench to Felix to fucking wisen them up. And he's just a little baby, you know, baby Huey. And I'm proud of you that you're not. And I'm fucking, from the bottom of my heart, the day I carried you, and I seen you smile at me. I bought you some boots, and I used to be a cowboy back then, you know. I used to carry you and throw you up and down, and you never cried, you never bitch, you never moan, you never nod, you know. You're always like tough carrillo, you know. You're not built like us. You didn't get to fight like us. You didn't get to be around us. You had it easy. I'm not envying that. I wish that you would have grown up a little bit like us. Like that we could have something in common. Something that makes us more united, you know? But I'm proud that you're not a fighter. You're not a lover like us. And you don't want to be a pimp. You don't want to be a naco, you know? Beyond everything, I'm fucking proud of you. Since the moment I seen you and I carried you, I thought Mom was scared when she showed me, gave you to me, and I carried you, and she thought I was gonna, because Alex, I didn't carry her. Not before I carried you. I didn't care about Alex. I hated more or less Alex. And your mom knew the love I have for you, and she allowed me to carry you. And I was the first person that actually carried you. I was there the moment your birth was there, so don't ever forget that, Georgie. And we have a lot of stories to talk about, you know. And I hope we grow as brothers, and one day that you get to have respect and admire all the shit that I had to go through and all the things I did for you guys. I know that you got yourself in a jacked on the head, so sure you shouldn't have told us. But we're here for you, Georgie. Don't ever feel that you have to hide things or you have to be someone else, you know? Be yourself. And always remember you got brothers. And we're always going to be there, loyal, respectful, and never abandon you, you know? So don't abandon us tampoco, you know? We don't expect you to understand everything. You've been there to the funeral of my mom, my family members, todo, and I know that deep side of yourself, accepted my family as your family, and I know all your familia. And you're probably never gonna hang out with none of your tias and tios and cousins. You probably don't even know who they are or what they are, or probably don't even know what a maña is, you know? You're probably never gonna go to Colima at the house to mom, to grandma, to Jacoca. You're never gonna know Mike, Kiwis, everybody. You're never gonna know your cousins. You're never gonna experience what we experience. And I'm sad for that reason. The only good reason I'm happy is that you guys drink and you guys are partying, and proud of you guys, you know. I could at least be around you guys. I know I failed you in multiple ways, and as your big brother, I have been there correctly, but it's not because I don't want to be around you. It's just I was going through a divorce and going through a business and going through all these struggles that life has thrown at me, you know. But I've always included you guys. I always try to be around, and I always try to show you the best thing that I have in life, and not to fear me, not to show off or anything. Just I want to know you guys as brothers and sisters, you know. And I want you to be there for your brothers and your sisters, and never run away, never be ashamed, and never allow yourself to think anything different. So, from the bottom of my heart, to Canalito, I hope that this video gets to you and you get to see it. And I have a lot of stories about you, a lot of stories, but I just wanted you to know that how you were born and where you were born to, you know, what family, you know. And at any point, I never felt you, okay? Alex is different, but I love Alex también, you know. But you're accepted and well received to our family, and we took you under our wing, and I know that you're never gonna get to know my abuelita. You got to know Amparo, but my grandma was something different, and I hope that one of these days you ask me more of your stories and ask me how incredible you are, you know? You're fucking awesome. You're my carnal, you know? I never thought I could have more than one brother, which my brother Danny, you know Danny, you know? But you're my brother too, you know? And Felix, yeah, you're my brother, but I can't smack him. I can't fucking be myself. It's a little, to me, more on the Magaña side, you know? You're more in the Carrillo. Well, I hope you like your story, and I'll continue sharing more stories, and I'm proud of you, I'm really proud of you, and not just because you're my brother, but because you share a story with us, and you grew up with us, and don't ever forget that. We love you,